if you don't mind, Jeff's not on the call, but would you just kind of give them the Jeff Brower mini story, mini version of his story about how he came to you and what he told you?
Yeah, so you guys know Jeff. He's an agent in the office, and this was probably 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. He owned. I don't even think he owned his own house at the time, but he said that one of his goals was to own real estate rental property, and so we talked about that process and how many he could have, and so he just went to work methodically and started to acquire properties. He knew how he would have to qualify. He knew how much it would take as far as down payment and closing costs and money needed and reserves. And he did a lot of legwork on his own. I mean, that guy knows the guidelines better than I do. He's telling me how much he needs in reserves now based on how many properties he has. So, Jeff's a smart guy, but he's also very disciplined. He had a focus to get to 10 properties, 10 doors. And so he knew how much, that he would need to qualify, how much he knew he would have to put down, how much he would need in reserve. So, we've done probably 10 or 12 loans because some of those we actually refied out when the market got better. He took that cash and that was available for reserves and down payments on the next properties that he purchased. So I think Jeff's a really good guy to talk to, and I know he's done classes before. He's like I said, the number one thing about Jeff, he's very disciplined about his other debts. He's very disciplined about knowing that he needs to save money. He would never come to me, and he would do this. He would never come to me and say, well, I know this is how much I need, but I don't have it, but let's start looking anyway. We'd wait until he had a bank statement with enough money in there. So I think that the lesson from there is how disciplined Jeff was regarding his finances, his money, his credit, and the way he screens tenants. He's a model for investors on how to start this journey.
Yeah, and Jeff is one of the people that I'm trying to coordinate the investor panel date with, because I think it's important he be on the panel because he's got a lot to offer. So that's why we're having a little trouble with the date. But I just kind of wanted to let you know about that. Who else